So I'm gonna go ahead and just present my idea briefly for the first response and the second response. Just I'm gonna go around them, and then we're gonna go around individually to answer these two questions together. Yeah. So for the first question, the difference between children and adults is that I thought that adults think a lot and they hesitate a lot before taking an action. Sometimes they overthink and they are very worried about the consequences. But children, they tend to follow their instinct and they're quick to action and they're driven by curiosity and imagination and then their wants for adventure. So I think the good example for that is the Mullet Fingers, and he is running around and he ran out of the school, the military school that his mother sent him to, just because he didn't hesitate, just because he wanted to explore and then he wanted to be free. Also, if you look at Roy, he didn't worry about the consequences of skipping school when he jumped off the bus. He just followed his heart. Yeah. And adults, they care a lot about, what they might look like to other people. And then when Fingers saw that there were some endangered species, the owl species living at the construction site, Fingers didn't hesitate. He just quickly took an action because he thought it was wrong. But Officer Delinko, he's a policeman, and then he recognized the existence of the endangered species, the owls, but he brushed it off. The most important thing for him was the promotion, and he didn't really care about the owls. Yeah, and then the key difference is that children, they are quick to action, quick to take actions. When we saw Roy punched Dana Matherson in the face, but Miss Hannafin, the president of the school, she only talked about issuing warnings and then like maybe like setting up some meetings and like issuing notices. So adults are all about the words, but children are about taking an action when they see something wrong. So those are the main differences that I noticed. And then uh, Roy laid out some of the options that he can take to fight against Dana Matherson. The first one is reporting to school. Second one is directly fighting Dana Matherson, like physically. Third one is apologizing more sincerely to Dana Matherson and transferring to another school. I thought that fighting directly with Dana Matherson is not going to work because Dana Matherson is a lot larger and is stronger. And Roy's father once said that, son, there is a fine line between stupidity and then courage. And then just like facing Dana Matherson, physically, I think that belongs to the category of stupidity. So I wouldn't take that option. And apologizing, I don't think Dana Matherson is the type of guy who understands a sincere apology. If he apologized to him, then Dana is going to take that as a sign of weakness and then intensify his the level of harassment. So I wouldn't do that. And transferring to another school is not good, I think, because it doesn't root out the fundamental problem because a new school might have a new set of bullies. And then uh, Louis' problem might be solved, but Dana Matherson is going to stay at this school and then bully other kids. So the root evil is not going to be addressed. So I'm not gonna choose that option. If I were Roy, I would report it to school. Miss Hannafin might not take it seriously, but if I were Roy, I would persuade other kids on the school bus and other kids who have been harassed by Dana Matherson to report it to school. If there are multiple reports made to the school, then the school will have no other choice but to take an action. And Roy's dad works at the Justice Department, so he knows that like choking somebody is considered a serious offense. So his parents can step in, then the police can step in, then we can make Dana Matherson permanently expelled from the school. So I think like talking to parents and talking to the school, that is always the best option when we are facing some kind of bullying or like a violence that is happening at school. So those are some of my ideas, and I would like to hear from all of you. So Tony and Jay, rock, scissors, paper. The person, rock, scissors, paper, shoot. Oh, okay, Tony, you won. So, do you want to start or do you want him to start? It's your call because you won the rock, scissors, paper. 3. Huh? Or do you want him to start? Okay, okay. Yeah. So, I'm gonna give you 1 minute. Put both responses together. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Jay, what did you think about these 2 questions? Yeah.
The main difference between the adults and the kids in the story Hoot is that adults work alone, like independently, but the kids work together. Roy and Beatrice and Littlefinger works together to protect the owls, but like adults like
Officer Delinko.
and Chuck Buckle works on his own. And for the solution of the data problem, nothing is better than talking your problem to someone you can trust. So I'm gonna tell Roy's parents about the situation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the major difference that Jay notices that adults like to work independently and individually rather than putting their efforts together. I think that's because adults, they have a hard time trusting each other. So Curly and Chuck Merkle, they cannot trust each other. And Officer Delinko and Curly, they face each other all the time, but they cannot openly and honestly communicate with each other because they are doubting the hidden motivations that they might have inside their hearts. So, but children, Roy has never talked to Mullet Fingers before, but he is bringing this pair of shoes for Mullet Fingers, and then he's helping Beatrice by getting all the ground meat from the fridge. So children, they are more honest, and then they can openly communicate with each other. That's why they can form better teamwork. Okay, that was really nice. Okay, okay. The person who gave the presentation, feel free to listen to the discussion or do your own work. That's up to you. Okay, yeah, so, yes, so, yeah.
I think in this story, I think children are very dreamful and curious about anything. For example, like Roy, he was very interested with the barefoot boy like Mole's finger. But in the story, many others were very mean and not diligent. Like vice president, vice principal in Dana and my school. He was not diligent and he wanted to punish the Roy. And I will talk to Roy's parents when I was lived by then because Roy's parents were very kind and
Well, let's do it all over up to here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you told us an important difference between the children and adults. So children are very observant. They look at the things around them, and then when they see something unique and when they see something different, unusual, they take notice of it, and then they can look beyond the surface. So that's why Roy was able to look at this unique guy, the running boy, Mullet Fingers, and that's why he was able to throw himself into the adventure. But adults are different. They see things, but they try to overlook them if those things seem like they would inconvenience their lives. If you look at Miss Hannipin, the vice principal, she saw the bruises in Roy's neck. She saw it, but she pretended to ignore it, pretended not to see it because she thought that if she delved further into the matter, it's going to be troublesome for her. And Curly saw the owls, the precious owls in the construction sites, but he pretended that he didn't see it. Officer Delinko is aware of the owls, but he is not willing to take an action. So children observe things, but adults pretend not to have seen anything. Okay, that's a very good analysis. Good. Okay, yeah, Eunice.
I think the main difference between adults and kids are responsibility.
Oh.
Because adults got more responsibility because they can take care of kids. But in rules, it's a little different because middle fingers take care of themselves. Middle fingers' mom doesn't have responsibility.
Yeah. Mm.
And if I was a Roy, I should just fight in front of Dana or just ignore Dana because bullies usually bully people because they want reaction from them. So if I ignore Dana, he won't bully me anymore. And if I face him into front because someday I will. If I win, even though I have really little chance, Dana will never ignore me again.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So usually the people who have to take more responsibility are the adults. Usually parents are the ones who take care of their kids, but then it's the other way around in this novel Hoot. So Mullet Finger has to be taken care of by his mom or his stepdad, but the parents, after hearing that Mulletfinger ran away from the military school, they don't even care. And then they don't even care about like paying the tuition for the school. And rather, Beatrice, the young girl, she hurriedly returns home at the hospital, and Roy asks Beatrice, where are you going? And Beatrice says that, oh, I have to go back home and fix some supper. I have to prepare dinner for my dad. He cannot do anything by himself. So we see that adults are like acting like children, and then children are acting like their parents. Yeah, okay, that was really good. Okay, so Hangmin, ready, set, start.
I think the difference between children and adults is freedom. It is because children have less pressure than adults. Looking at Littlefinger, he looks very free, and and currently has pressures in the construction site that he cannot. There cannot be more delays.
Uh-huh.
And if I was Roy, I would report to teachers and parents to escape Dana's violence because I think Roy cannot escape himself, and I think he needs help from wise, some wiser person.
Oh, that's really nice. So, the major difference that Carmen pointed out between the children and adults are the level of freedom that they enjoy. Well, the adults, they definitely have like occasional freedom, maybe when they go on a vacation or when they're on a trip or something. But basically, their career has been already determined, their job has already been determined. So, to make a living, the only choice that they have is stick to the job. No, whether they like it or not. That's why Curly is talking to Chuck Merkel on the phone, and then he hates Chuck Merkel, but then he has no option but to say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. But Moving Fingers, children in general, their jobs are not determined, and then their occupations and their careers are not determined, and then there is infinite possibility for you guys to make your shape your own future. So in that, children have many responsibilities. When I look at you guys, you have so many academic responsibilities. So in that sense, you don't have much freedom. But then, in the sense that you have infinite possibilities ahead of you, the fact that you can shape your future as the way you want. I think you guys have a lot of freedom. Yeah, and then reporting to the school where parents is the best, because if Roy tries to handle the crisis by himself, then the situation can get worse and worse, and he might even have to risk his own life, because when he locked inside the closet, if Beatrice weren't there, he could have died, just like being suffocated inside the closet. So that's a very wise analysis. Thank you, Kangmin. That was wonderful. Okay, so Summer. Okay.
I think the difference of the children and adults are how they care about the animals.
Oh.
Because as Roy just understood, like Fingers gave the leaf to the owls, he like understood this situation and why it happened like this. And however, the adults don't care if the owls and Curly prepares a gun to shoot the snakes. The Fingers just take care of them gently.
Oh, okay, that's really nice. Yeah, so the major difference between the adults and then the children is their natural love for the animals. So Finger was kicked out of his own house because he brought a wild raccoon to the house, and then the raccoon maybe farted or like peed, I don't know. It said it relieved itself into the shoes of the dad, and that's why he got kicked out. And then when Fingers didn't explain why they are doing such weird things at the construction site, but that he just like showed Roy rolled beef, giving rolled beef to the owls, and then Roy instantly realized the importance of it. So we can see that the love that children have for animals are like special. Like it's actually like more special than the love that adults have, because like everybody probably has an experience begging their parents for a pet, for a dog or a cat. And I have that experience, and I would tell my parents, I really want a dog for my birthday. Has anybody done that before? Like begging parents for a pet? Did they say, did they give you the pet or not, or did they refuse? They didn't. Okay. Who has a pet? Who has a dog or a cat inside their house? No, nobody. I know Eunice has a vision crazy. Yeah. Anyways, but adults, their answer is often like, who's gonna take care of the dog? Who's gonna clean up all the mess that the dog makes? Who's gonna feed the dog? And the adults see the animals as a trouble, and the adults see the animals as a creature that deserves love and respect and care. Okay, thank you very much, Summer, for your wonderful idea. Alright, ready, set, start.
I think the main difference between children and adults is their heart. Because children has like warm and naive hearts, so they can help other people. Finger tried to help the owls in the construction site, even if it was very risky. However, the Curly just wanted to do the construction, and he didn't care about the owls. So children's heart is very warm and
very innocent.
But the adult's mind is really like cold and cold.
Oh yeah. So children are warm-hearted, very innocent and naive because they don't care about the personal benefits. So if Roy cared about his personal benefits, he shouldn't jump off the bus and run around, run with the running boy. He just needs to study and then like try to go to good school and get a good job. I mean, that's what Merkel and Curly and Officer Delinko are doing. Chuck Merkel, he knows that there are house there, but then he needs to build a new pancake house and make money out of it. Curly, he needs to keep his job. That's why he doesn't care about the owls. Officer Delinko, he is aware of the existence of the owls, but all he cares about is advancing his career and getting a promotion. So adults, they calculate the costs and benefits of their action. Oh, can I get personal benefits out of this action? Then I'm gonna do it. But children, they tend to follow their heart rather than the personal benefits. That's the major difference between children and adults. Okay, thank you so much. All right, Tohun. Okay.
Children are trying to stop the construction to protect the owls, but the adults are trying to do the construction for their own benefits. So I think the children follow the children are trying to protect the important things, but the adults are just trying to do what they need to do and don't think about what is important.
Oh, okay. So, in adults' mind, something beneficial is something that produces like money. I think adults are leaning towards that a lot. But then I think like even little children, like 3-year-old, 4-year-old, or even your little sister, like 10-year-old, the younger they are, they have the inborn sense of right and wrong. And then they have this inborn sense of morality that are grained into their heart. I think humans are even more moral when they're younger. But then as people grow older, they become tainted and they become corrupted as they become humans. So I think children has a very sharp sense of right or wrong and morality. So they know what is important and they know what is good, what is the right thing to do. Okay, thank you. That was wonderful. Okay.